What's up, y'all? What y'all doing? This lady right here is a freaking pit bull, okay? She gonna bite your arm and your leg off if you come at her wrong, okay? She needs to be the first woman president.
You tell these families crime has dropped. You tell the mother of the intern who was shot going out from McDonald's near the Washington Convention Center, oh, crime is down. You tell the kid who was just beat the hell and back with a severe concussion and a broken nose, crime is down. No, that falls on deaf ears. And my ears are deaf to that. And that's why I fight the fight. Thank you.
My girl said, I'm deaf. I can't hear or see what the hell you talking about. Get the out of here. My girl said, thank you. Yeah, goodbye. My thing is, they keep on saying DC crime is down. It's only at 12%. Can we get it to 1%? When was fighting crime a bad thing? Please, somebody tell me. One victim is too much, okay? Because I know if it was my child, oh, hell gonna break loose, okay? You can't even please these people anymore. It's like, what the hell? If we get the crime off the street, y'all complaining. If we don't do nothing about the crime, y'all still complaining. What the hell? Trump did his big one when putting her for the U.S. Attorney of D.C., okay? He did his big one. He picked the right woman. Because she's a tough cookie. I'm telling you, she's a tough cookie now. Trump said, I'm going to release my top dog on y'all ass. She going to shut all this shit down, okay? It ain't going to be a robber, killer, murderer, nowhere on the streets when she's done, okay?
All I want to do is clean up D.C. That's why the president put me here. And youth crime is on the rise. In the last 4 years, we've had 150,000 cases of youth violence, okay, 4 years ago. Now it's close to 500,000 cases of youth violence. We've got D.C. as one of the highest murder rates in the country. So we can talk about crime going down, but going down from where? So, I mean, this is something that is a whole other issue. Today is about this indictment and making sure that if you intend to commit a crime of anti-Semitism or hate, we're coming. And the president's message to the criminals was, if you spit, we hit. Well, we didn't quite do that the other night when an individual went up to one of the federal law enforcement officers and started jumping up and down, screaming at him, berating him, yelling at him. And then he took a Subway sandwich about this big and took it and threw it at the officer. He thought it was funny. Well, he doesn't think it's funny today because we charged him with a felony, assault on a police officer. And we're going to back the police to the hilt. So there. Stick your Subway sandwich somewhere else.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. When you try to kill our citizens, we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Judge Jeanine, she does not around.
No.
She is the only person that scares me, just the sound of her voice.
Yes.
No, I'm not kidding. I miss her that she's gone. She was next door to me in her
office was next to Tyrus.
And sometimes she'd be like, Tyrus. I'm like, huh? And I'd pee a little. So if I was ever on the wrong side of court and I saw her as the prosecutor, first of all, I would object.
Object.
A blank piece of paper and go out to the judge. Could you just hand this to her? I'm going to sign the bottom. Tell her whatever she thinks is fair.
Yeah, she's the Rottweiler.
Yeah, she is the Rottweiler. And then Trump has let her off the leash.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, buddy, it's going down.
Republican Congressman Byron Donalds of the great state of Florida, member of the House Oversight Committee, also a candidate for Florida governor. Great to see you today. Look, this is making huge news in part because the left is so angry over this. And Jeanine Pirro there, the U.S. Attorney for D.C., laying out why this is necessary and how young some of the perpetrators are. Your take.
my take is the U.S. attorney is absolutely correct. D.C. has a history of being substantially weak on crime. That's why the District of Columbia continues to be unsafe. Last Congress, I filed legislation. We just refiled it again that would actually put D.C. in line with every other jurisdiction in America. What I mean by that is in the District of Columbia, if you're 22 years old and you commit a crime, they can try you as a juvenile. No other part of America does that, but they do that in D.C. That's the kind of stuff that needs to change. With respect to what President Trump has done, it is his responsibility to take the safety and security of the nation's capital seriously. And I'm glad to see that he's dispatched National Guard to keep the streets of D.C. safe for everyone.
Oh, hell, CNN, but Scott Jennings is keeping the lights on. Yeah, buddy. Scott Jennings is keeping the lights on over there at CNN.
Well, what about that idea? What about the idea that this is, even if one supports this effort, it's abandoned, right? It's not like hiring 500 additional cops in D.C.
And I think they do have a staffing shortage in the D.C. Police Department. They need to fix that. I don't know what's authoritarian about putting some extra eyes and ears on the street, getting criminals off the street to keep people from being murdered and carjacked. Nobody in their right mind believes Washington, D.C. is safe. And to say the president's trying to help us keep people from getting murdered and carjacked and we have to stop this authoritarian push, it's just sort of ridiculous rhetoric. These Democrats don't know what to do with themselves. Every time Donald Trump tries to do something, they reflexively feel the need to oppose it without thinking through the political implications for themselves.
You think Democrats are taking the bait?
Well, I think they're acting like idiots here. The city is crime-ridden. I saw a guy get murdered in Union Station in February at 4 in the afternoon. I saw the body hit the floor at the bottom of the escalator on the second floor. And so everybody who visits there, everybody who lives there knows it's a serious problem. You have extra eyes and ears. They've arrested criminals. They're getting illegal guns off the street. People feel safer. Tourists feel safer. What is the problem?
We need all the protection that we can get in the city because the city is really getting dangerous. A person like me at this age, I have to make sure to come home before sundown.
What the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor? You or how the command is now? That's what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to
D.E.I. 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 Didn't earn it, not qualified. Woo, not qualified. Maybe the first piece of cleaning up D.C., cleaning up the crime in D.C., is to reform hiring practices. Yeah. I'm just saying, maybe that's the first piece of cleaning up crime in D.C. Reforming hiring practices. DEI. Look, and then look at the mayor. The DEI mayor had to step in. Disgrace for all of them.
That's what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you, or how does this work?
So the executive order is clear. The president has requested MPD services, and our home rule charter outlines the process. The president designated Attorney General Bondi as his proxy to request services through me.
All right, have a little fun with Greg. Let's have a little fun with Greg. Let's see what Greg talking about.
Tonight on Fast Food Fury, a D.C. man was charged with felony assault for throwing a Subway sandwich at a federal agent. Watch. Oh, I could watch that because I know that was a trial attorney, a left-wing trial attorney at the Department of Justice. He's already been fired. Tyrus, is that a poster child for the Democratic Party or what?
Yeah, and also, you know, as a black man, I no longer have to share the burden of the DEI hire.
Yeah.
Because this is clearly a DEI hire. You are a lawyer, sir.
Yeah.
And this was your plan.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk up with a Subway sub. You know, another thing is we finally have an actual incident with a Subway sub that wasn't fake.
Yes.
So now it was an actual assault. But that was your plan.
Yep.
I'm going to walk up to these two officers, look them straight in the face, yell at them long enough so they can always remember me.
Yeah.
And then throw a sandwich at them that I waited 15 minutes in line for.
Nope.
Had it made my way. And then I said, yeah, I'm going to outrun them and they'll never catch me.
Yeah.
The last Subways I've seen, y'all, but we've been to, they've been empty. Yeah, them Patriots ain't walking in Subway like they used to walk in. Yeah, they stopped making them $5 footlongs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, that I tell you, they just completely misread their consumer base. They said the hell with the consumer base. They say the hell with the American people. They stopped doing the $5 footlongs. And yeah, you go into them Subways, they be empty, abandoned. Yeah, the last couple Subways I went to, there wasn't nobody in there. You know, every now and then you might catch somebody in there, but they stopped doing them $5 footlongs. Y'all ought to bring them $5 footlongs back. I'm just saying. Y'all ought to bring them $5 footlongs back.
The only thing was missing was him going moo-ha-ha and telling the cops his plan before he did it.
Yo, Lee, the reason why he did this was under the assumption he would not get arrested. He was so used to like an ineffectual police force, right?
Yep.
I mean, as far as what punishment here fits the crime, he kind of looks like a guy, you want to give someone a taste of their own medicine. He looks like he likes to get slapped around by Subway sandwiches.
Yes.
Now, firing him, though, is that's the least of it. Good job, Pam Bondi, for taking quick action. This guy should not be serving in our Department of Justice, cleaning house.
Yeah.
One Subway sandwich lunatic at a time.
Kat, I think Judge Jeanine should give them a taste of their own medicine and designate that sandwich as a club.
This guy was really stupid. This guy was really wrong, but I don't think he should spend years in prison for throwing a sandwich, which is what the sentencing guidelines recommend. That is a bit much. The dude who threw the shoe at Bush ultimately ended up doing less than a year, and that was under Iraqi law. I mean, he says he was tortured in prison, so not a perfect comparison, but you do see my point.
I do see your point, but it is fun to see Joe.
Yes.
So, just the way he threw it.
Well,
it's just that was like, it reminded me of Obama throwing out the first pitch.
Yeah. You're right. If you're going to wear over-the-knee shorts, you got to move faster than that. You can't.
Oh, yeah. You got a point. You got a good point.
Yeah. And then he kind of trotted. I mean, I haven't seen a chase with something that slow and white since OJ's Bronco. I mean, that was bad.
Do you know what this reminds? You just made me think. The last scene of Election, when Matthew Broderick is the tour guide in D.C. and he sees Tracy Flick driving the way, and he throws the drink at it, and then he runs away. It's just like, I know I'm just comparing it to a movie nobody saw.
Well, I bet you the people at Subway were happy, because the people at Subway heard cops and us are like, it's not Jared again. Oh, God, thank God.
Yo! It's a good point, though. Subway is always involved in weird stories. Jussie Smollett, Jared, this. It's like, they're like, just leave us alone.
No, honestly, between this and Happy Gilmore 2, they're having a great year.
Yeah. Quiznos is like, yeah, baby. Let's hope he doesn't share a cell with Jersey Mike.
Oh, hell. I tell you.
Is that just an East Coast joke? I don't know. Is Jersey Mike national?
No, Jersey Mike's everywhere.
Oh, good. Great food, by the way. Send it.